Hey everyone, so welcome back to Owlchemist Tarot, serving tarot straight up. So this is your extended version for the weekly reading from May 16th through the 22nd, 23rd, okay? Now please know that this is general, so it's probably not going to be for all of you exactly, and it may not happen all this week. So just kind of take the message. If it's something you need to hear or it hits home, great. And if not, maybe another reading at some point will definitely, resonate more for you. So I've already pulled cards on the TikTok video that I already put out there. So if you don't follow me on TikTok, do that. If you're new, welcome, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're a current subby, appreciate you as always. So I'm going to go through the energy and the cards that I pulled and figure out what's going on kind of thoroughly. And then we'll pick some cards around money, career, and relationships. So overall, I feel like for a lot of you, this is building confidence and with the Knight of Swords and really charging forward with, passion and drive. And again, confidence, following your intuition and your gut. I think for a lot of people, they get really nervous when I say follow your intuition and your gut because they're like, I do, but then I don't. And I second guess myself. We all do that. We're all human, right? But the thing is, following your intuition is like listening to that inner part of yourself, the all-knowing, that inner compass that is directing you. You don't need to go outside of yourself for every little thing, okay? And I'm really big about that when I give readings to clients. Like, you don't need to reach out to me every single time something happens. You need to learn to listen to yourself first and foremost, okay? So as you start to charge forward and you see this, this path and the potential, hang on to that, okay? Be fearless. And yes, don't be too rigid with yourself. Allow yourself to be agile and adjust when you need it. But with the Ace of Pentacles, you have, a new beginning here, something that is really about the creation, the jumping off point, the starting point of something really fantastic. I use the example of throwing a rock in water and seeing the ripple effect. That's kind of what this ace is. So you need to kind of see far beyond, not just like what's in front of you, but what it actually could become, and that could be a new job, that could be buying and selling property, actually literally moving, doing some travel, a promotion, whatever the case is. It might feel a little bit uncomfortable and, you're kind of being pushed out and you're having to challenge yourself, which is always kind of that, but it's the best thing for you, right? So continue to be the hard worker that you are and to absorb as much information and knowledge and be open. And that is so key because we have the Four of Pentacles here. And really the Four of Pentacles in reverse is saying that you need to remain open. Don't hold yourself off. Don't, just like close something out or not even give them a person or an opportunity the time of day because you might miss an opportunity that could really help boost you even further, okay? So please be open and allow yourself to, see things not only for what they are, but potential, okay? And the reason why I'm saying that is if you can be dedicated and you can still keep going and allow yourself to just kind of learn to surrender and flow a little bit more and not trying to control every little thing on this path and this journey for you. And it does certainly feel like it could be something career related and or like an investment. The reason why is because you have this Four of Wands and you have this ace that is like this ripple effect, and you have to be consistent and you have to be willing to do the work because an ace, just like any new beginning, is a starting off point where you decide and how far you want to take it is going to be up to you ultimately. But the Four of Wands is about happiness, excitement, prosperity, abundance, and every single person defines that differently, okay? When you ask somebody what's going to make you happy and fulfilled, everyone's going to have a different answer. So for a lot of you, it's like you need to take this leap of faith and trust yourself, even though you may not have, like the Knight of Swords to me is sometimes like the knight that is like riding his horse, her, or their horse in the dead of night where you can't see anything, but you trust and feel like you're going in the right direction, okay? So trust yourself, listen to yourself to these new beginnings and opportunities because ultimately you need to stay open for them to actually manifest into something really great. And if you feel like that deep down it's the right move for you, then go for it, okay? So let's just pull a few more cards and then I'll start to pull around money, career, and then relationships possibly. And again, not everything is probably going to unfold this week, so just keep that in mind. I know people get like, everything didn't happen. I'm like, yeah, time's fluid. It's not going to be the same for everyone, right? And sometimes the messages that I channel can certainly be forward-facing for many of you. So please just keep that in mind that it might take a little bit. All right. So here's the thing. I feel like for a lot of you, what you need to keep in mind, I'm just going to move these cards up, is that you need to start doing things for you, okay? You need to really start to see where you want to be in the next 10 to 15 years. What is really going to make you happy? What kind of job is going to be fulfilling? What type of family dynamic are you trying to create and build? Or what does that look like for you, okay? You're being told not to give up with the Nine of Wands. It's stressful energy because the Nine of Wands is like, you're just there. You're almost there. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on the situation. There could be some delays and pushback or some new information that you've been shown or have seen recently that have been a little bit like, oh no, that's not great. But you never know. There's always could be blessings in some of the obstacles and setbacks. And remember, we're in that Mercury retrograde and the eclipse energy, which, by the way, shouldn't dictate how you act. You should always be accountable for yourself. But you know, you're being asked to relook at and revise and to go over things and not just take something at face value. Do your research and your fact finding and some digging, like do your due diligence. Okay, this is the time to do it. And you might actually find a solution that you thought wasn't even an opportunity at one point, or a solution that didn't show itself in your present moment where you're getting frustrated. Okay. And you have, and again, the Nine of Cups in reverse, it's interesting because you might find a solution and you might, through your hard work and perseverance, and that's what Spirit is saying, you need to persevere doing this. Don't give up hope on yourself or a situation. It may not come in the exact package that you hoped for or wished for, but it could come out better. And that's the exciting part. Sometimes when we get so fixated on how we want things to turn out or unfold or to manifest or whatever, or, to unfold, sometimes the how we have it in our head is not exactly what the universe or spirit or kind of this bigger being out there has for us. And we have to kind of trust and believe that everything that is meant for you will never pass you by and everything is working out for you. So trust and believe that, okay? Because you have some fast movement here. The Chariot card. This is also could be having something to do with your home as well. Okay. The Chariot card it does represent Cancer energy, or, this could be something that shifts in Cancer season. But Cancer does represent that home and hearth, right? So that could be something that, maybe there's some buying and selling property or whatever the case is. But with the Chariot card, this certainly is about fast forward movement. So you need to be confident. The person who's riding the chariot has to be confident. I mean, this looks like a scary ride in general. You're trying to navigate and also, control reins and where the direction you're going and the speed. So you need to be skilled. You need to trust yourself and you need to be really confident. Okay. So again, things might not actually unfold the way you want them to, but they could even be better. You just have to trust yourself and you have to ask yourself what you really want. Okay. Let's pull one more. Oh, wow. Love this. One more. Oh, this is great. King of Wands and the Justice card. The scales are balancing. Things are starting to balance out. And you know why? Because when you have the King of Wands energy, this fiery energy, it is about believing in yourself. It's about confidence and saying, you know what? I know that everything is working in my favor and I'm always being, guided and protected and redirected, and things are balancing out and things are going to work out for me no matter what happens. And sometimes the things that we want most, even if they don't go according to plan, there's a rhyme and reason. So have faith in that, right? So the King of Wands is having a very business eye to something, looking at the potential and seeing the growth. Remember, trusting and believing and taking this new opportunity and what it could actually become, having, maybe this entrepreneurial opportunity, or having having whether it's a job or an opportunity or creating something that you have a lot of passion for, and it makes you just feel like you're in alignment, what you're meant to do in this world. Okay. So again, it's all about trust and belief and perseverance this week. So don't lose hope or faith, because you never know what can happen. Okay. And I certainly needed to hear that message too. Okay, let's see what's going on in your money and then career, and let's focus on relationships too, because people are like, we're here for the relationship piece. Oh, nice. Okay, I'm pulling a few more for the relationship because... All right, so, gosh, the Six of Cups, when it comes to the money, and pulling one more card, I would say this is a week where I think you might have a little bit more money in your bank account this week, or starting off this week, and it's like, oh, I can spend a little bit more. And it's up to you. It's your life, right? I'm not here to tell you what to do. But I would just say this is kind of a wake-up call for some of you, that this is maybe a little test. It's like a test of need versus wants, and also, do you have enough willpower to not spend just because you have in your account? Maybe it'd be good to save for a rainy day and not splurge on things that you really don't need, right? So kind of just taking that in consideration. You don't need to blow everything just because you have some extra change in your account. Save it, reinvest it, look at how you can make that money grow for you, right? Also, pulling another card. Ooh, very, very intense energy at work. Now, here's the thing with the King of Pentacles. Very, modest, very, strong-willed earth energy. And then we have the Queen of Swords here. So I think for a lot of you, you're being asked to have like this dynamic pairing of energy, being very grounded, being very focused, being still hardworking, but also with the Queen of Swords, making those opportunities where you have more independence, where you have more freedom, where you can carve out your own path and your own trail, and you can literally, have more power and more influence. And these are very much leadership cards. These are very much power cards. The King and the Queen in any suit, or any element within the tarot, it's all about you're a leader, you're in a power position, you're a decision maker. But I feel like for a lot of you need to balance what you want, drive, independence, and having autonomy, and also reminding yourself that might be the output, the end goal, the result that you want to create for yourself, but you still need to be very strategic and hardworking and focused, and slow and steady wins the race, okay? So don't lose hope or faith, and don't get frustrated, because I think you're creating something that's really great for yourself. Having a strong foundation, having a good paycheck, having a good job, but also having some freedom and autonomy, and kind of being able to do what you want. Just make sure you're smart about it, okay? Relationships. Let's get into this one. This is a little bit more complicated energy. I'm going to pull one more card because, oh goodness. Okay. So, we have the Seven of Swords and the Ten of Wands in reverse, which is better in the reverse, in my opinion, the Seven of Swords. I feel like for a lot of you in relationships, and this could be if you're single or partnered, you probably have recognized or gotten rid of, maybe a person in your life, or starting to recognize energy that is not good. It can be very, toxic or triggering, or you can see where maybe you're being gaslit, or, things are not necessarily very, in sync with you and your partner if you're in a relationship. And you're starting to realize excuse me, the weight that you're carrying. Maybe it's too much weight. And understanding that if you're in a relationship with somebody, it should be both of you in the relationship, not one of you trying to take care of the other because the other one isn't, willing to take care of their own shit and be responsible for themselves. And I feel like for many of you, this has been a long lesson learned. And for some of you, you're starting to come to the realization like this isn't healthy, okay? And I need to make a shift, and I need to make a change, because if not, I'm just going to keep repeating this pattern over and over again. This could be somebody you're dating that or together with that is a little bit manipulative, and you need to kind of start to check that behavior. And then also for some of you, if you're single, I do think that, this is... I think you're starting to realize the past relationships that have not worked out. You're starting to realize, some reoccurring behavior, whether it's similar people that you keep attracting in your life, or things that you may be doing that is attracting those people in your life. And I'm going to tell you, I don't think that so many of you, I think, are really pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. I think many of you were brought up in more of a traditional household with traditional values, marriage, kids, yada, yada. And maybe what quote unquote, 20, 30, 50 years ago, people thought were traditional values. I know that is very much, different nowadays. And But I feel like you're expected to kind of keep these quote unquote gender roles. And I don't think that for a lot of you that makes sense anymore, and you don't want that. Meaning that, look, I don't want to stay home and be the housewife and, raise the kids and have kids. I want to be out there making money and, owning my own business and, landing deals and all those things. For some of you, you're just very much wanting to get out of that, like, box that everyone has been put in, as far as like, here's what the society norms are. What society norms? That line has shifted so much. And I feel like for many of you, you're kind of redefining that, because being maybe in a traditional relationship or traditional type of setting is not going to work for you, right? For some of you it might, and that's not a problem. But anyway, for many of you who don't feel that, the moon card is really suggesting that there's a lot of emotions around this. What you feel about that. Maybe you've come to the realization that you don't want to have, kids and a marriage and the white picket fence and all of that. And for some of you, you want to live alone and travel. For some of you, you want to just date. And for some of you, you're in a long-term partnership but you don't want to get married. Whatever the case is, it's going to be different for every single one of you. But some really strong emotions are starting to come up around that. And maybe you're having to have some hard conversations with your partner or potential, people that you might date, and figure out, like, this is who I really am. Here are my pronouns. Here's how my lifestyle is. It's not traditional, and I want you to respect that. And for some of you, you're starting to feel comfortable to come out and really share, what floats your boat and what you want, what makes you happy. And all power to you, by the way, if you're doing that. But I do think that this is about really stepping into your authentic self and being truthful and telling the world, this is who I am. This is what I want. If you don't like it, then you don't need to date me or be with me, and you need to keep going left. Okay. So, there's some big, I think, adjustments for a lot of you in relationships and who are single. You're really coming to terms with again, what you want and who you are and what's going to really make you happy. And life's too short. So do what, feels right. And, the people that love you and respect you and honor you, and they'll find you. Okay. So thank you so much for sticking around to listen to this reading. And I can't wait to share next week's reading. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll talk real soon. Bye.